Okay, welcome in. Where are we here? How do I operate this? Me. Welcome in. I'm Tanya from Vancouver Island, and I'm painting some eggs, Mandala style. This is dotting art. You can check out the description for the art itself or for tools. So welcome in. Thanks for watching. I do check the comments, but I do also get quite involved into the focus of dotting. Some of these will need another layer today. Some will start fresh. Okay, so let me pull up the show. And let's get started painting. I have a YouTube channel, Tanya Blake 6591, where I do free dotting art tutorials, information on mixing acrylic paint mediums to get this thick, beautiful dots. All free. So check it out. So let's get started on a fresh egg. I have some colors selected. I want to do this beautiful pastel citron yellow. Look at that one. So welcome in. Few tricks to the trade. Wear gloves because it's acrylic paint and acrylic paint still rubs off, but you can rub your hands raw. So I wear gloves. I have an apron, Q-tips handy, paper towel. Kind of have to have those things set up, and then away you go. So, what do I have here? I think you have a pretty good view there, and there we go here. Perfect. So these are the colors I've selected. Let me remove that so it doesn't mess us up. So on this citron yellow, these are the colors that I've set aside that I think would look good. And then this. I might not use them all, but so what I'm going to start with is the turquoise. I like these colors, they're fun. The dark teal. So to start a mandala, if you're just joining, you're in time to see the beginning of how it's created. There we go. So to do your first dot, you just sort of find I could start it anywhere. I could do a side burst. I could do a standard symmetrical. And that's what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you how to do a standard mandala. You start with a center point. So I'm going to center this one. That doesn't really look like a circle. So there's something wrong with my paint. It looked like it was the right texture when I started, but it's been sitting overnight and it does thicken. So it's too thick and it's not behaving. So I just poured some acrylic paint medium in there. But what I'm going to do is remove that dot. It's not a very good start, is it? But it is the center eye of my project. So it has to be a lot better than that. Okay, so let's mix this medium in and we'll see how it changes the texture and flow. You're kind of looking for a runny yogurt. So I just put a little squirt of acrylic paint medium. I got a tub of that off to the side here within reach. And I think you can see. So we're going to mix it nice in there. We're going to reapply that dot and see if we get a better result. Okay. Let's go with tool number 25. Where's my... See how this one works. It's perfect. Do you see that? So it is important. I'm too busy to start with a stencil. A lot of people, I have stencils available in my marketplace and in Poshmark. However, I'm not a stencil person, I freehand. But I don't have the time to stencil a drawing out either and erase it afterwards. I'm not that kind of painter, but I'll pay the attention and spend the time on setting my paints up. So before the show, all these paints were mixed already with acrylic paint mediums. So you'll find what they'll do is it'll hold its shape. It's not gonna flatten like a normal acrylic paint would. Can you see? And this will get layers and layers eventually. That dot, if you look at this dot, this egg's finished. Well, no, I need to do one more dot, dark marine blue in the center. But you can see the depth of the art and the texture. When you run your fingers over, it instantly makes your, oopsies, did I touch? Oh, your fingers, it tingles your whole body. So anyways, that's how you start a mandala. So in this case, we're gonna start, I'm gonna show you how you, without a stencil, this is how you get your forms started. You first do your first dot. Now we're going to do a north, south, east, west dot. North, south. You've got your east or west, whichever side you're on. And you try and... Now we're going to center between these two dots and the same distance away from the center dot. It's not perfectly symmetrical, but I'm happy with it. So that's how you start. Now we're going to apply a dot in between those dots. I think I'll make these ones a little bit bigger they've got a little more room. So it's not completely symmetrical, but it's pretty close. I'm putting it on an angle because these ones are kind of big and I don't want them to bleed into the center, but I also don't want the center dot to bleed down. So that's our first ring. Now I'm gonna go to, so that looks a little thick. I'm gonna use this, it's like a light citron green. I'm gonna change the size of my tool. So those dots are behaving pretty good. Those bottom two I'm still a little concerned about. They're touching, but you can see them touching now, but once you apply all these dots, you rarely will see that tiny imperfection. I'm more concerned about the center dot because it's the star of the project, always. That dot has to be perfect. And that's always where your eye gets drawn to by the art, is always to that center eye. Does it feel like you're painting it yourself? You have a pretty good angle, I think, today. And oh, those look beautiful, glorious big dots. Pretty pattern. Now let's do a light blue. What do you think? This blue is really, really pretty. Okay, let's do the blue now. So I'm using a stylus that has like a little steel ball on the end, and you can see the paint wants to just drip right off. So I sort of let the paint and gravity this paint changes color on it looks blue in the container. Now it almost looks like a light mauve on the egg. Because this tool is round, I don't have to be dead centered on top of it like the flat tools. You have to come in at a different angle and center it straight on to get a nice dot. But because this is a round ball, it doesn't matter if I hold it this way or this way because it's a ball. It'll deliver the paint the same way. So I can hold it on an angle, which is nice because I can rest my finger here instead of like trying to zero dead on. So sometimes I really like using the ball tools for that reason. See, it just drips off. Looks pretty good. So these are nail stylus. I'll run these ones for $14. Those stylus that are running, the pink ones, I have black ones too. So they're really good for nail art or the fine. I use the 4mm one for doing small delicate art on my mandala work. I paint on all sorts of different surfaces. I have large canvases. Oh, that one doesn't look good. So my paint tool was getting too dirty, so I need to clean it. When you get goofy, when it gets like a uneven dot. Your tool is usually dirty. I kind of shove that up against the green. Oh, look. Very delicate, try and get that off if I can. This is why you have the cleanup crew handy, which is the Q-tips. And I'm gonna just come in right there. So it looks pretty good. I might redot that one green one because I just kind of messed up the form. That looks good. Now we'll go back with the, try and redo this one, and hopefully we get a dot. Not a teardrop. Whoa, that's a lot of paint. So I'm from Vancouver Island, British Columbia. Kind of west Canada. Oh, look at that. Really pretty colors. Let's do another row of this, just because it looks so good. Really softens the color palette nicely. Where am I? I think I almost need some more paint in this cup. So that center dot, the dark teal, when this project's finished, you're only going to see a slight ring of that because I'm going to dot over it. And it's wet right now, but it'll be completely covered, but a slight small ring will be exposed. So it'll really highlight the next color that I put on there. I'll probably put the blue, this light blue, on that. But it has to dry for 24 hours, if anyone's wondering, these thick dots. So that's why I work on a few projects at once, because you can't rush your art. These dots take time because they're so thick to dry. So tomorrow or the next day, I'll be able to dot. The ones that I did last night, some of these are sitting out in front. When this egg's setting, I'll work on those and we'll do the second layer. So you'll get to see how the egg transforms with the additional layers once it's dry. And sometimes I don't. These colors look so pretty on their own, except for the center eye. Sometimes I won't dot over them. Just depends. The colors stand alone beautiful without a ton of layers. But you can see sometimes I go crazy with layers. I like doing that too. But because I've added these acrylic mediums into my paint, I've got such body that it's very 3D and pronounced. So I don't need to add any additional dots unless I want to. But I think sometimes you ruin it. I really like these colors, the way that they're sitting. Okay, now we're going to alternate. I'm going to get that dark color back in. I even have another dark color, but I think I'm not going to use this one. Let me put it down so you guys can see it. I was going to use this. We're going to top tomorrow this yellow, which is almost the same color as the base, will look amazing on top of these colors. I will do a few top dots. I'm going to eliminate this color now I think it's just too bold. But what we're going to do for another base color is add this dark teal. Could do a little pattern here. Let's see if we have an even amount of dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We do 16. So now I'm going to skip a dot to start a different pattern. Again, this dark teal is just a base dot. You will only see a slight ring of the edge when I'm finished this project. It's kind of just going to be a base for the next color. If you see, I don't know if you can see some of the art behind me, but it's all has some layers so you can see the technique. And the last dark teal. Look at how beautiful those dots are. Now we're going to do one of my favorite techniques. It's called walking the dots. You need one of the stylus with the little steely ball on the end. Each side has a different dotting, where are you guys? Tool. I'm going to start with the light blue this time. Then we're going to do the lime and then go to the dark teal. Let's move this one out of the way. And the stylus that I'm using right now, they're like these little tools here. So if anybody wants them, I have them available. So we're going to use the tiny dot first and gradually go bigger. So we're going to start with the center dot. And now we're going to walk our tool down. See these little dots? Walking the dots. Oh, hey, let me pull up my show so I can see your comments. Hello. I don't know how you can comment back to someone. Good morning. Is it Mark from Ontario, Canada? Not a question mark. Have some Canadians watching. It's good to see. So this technique is called walking the dots. Look at that beautiful work. So when I walk the dots, I'm reloading my tool for the second dot, and then I'm continuing my way down, and the dots consecutively, ooh, that's too much paint, go smaller. So you get this really cool design. It actually shows you like the symmetry, the 3D-ness. Very cool. So what do we have next up for auction? Oh, some more nail art. What is this set? Let's do this one for, what is this? Oh, these are the magic, they're magnetic. So if you're adding little gems and things, I'll do those ones for 24. So we're gonna do our center dot, reload, and then walk your tool down. So I'm going to clean it off. I'm getting too much paint on my tool. So we'll do the center dot. And now we'll walk our tool down. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to retap that one because it looks smaller than the second dot, which makes it look weird. So 1 dot, 2, 3, 4. And then we go 2, 3, 4. This is called Walk in the Dots. Does it look like you're creating the art? Look. Is this light on? Yeah. We have one more little petal to do here. So again, we'll do 1 dot, reload, and then walk the dot. And we have one more. What time is it? So now we're going to go and do the same technique, but we're going to go and we're reversing the colors. First we did the teal, then we did the green, then we did the blue. Now I'm doing the blue, teal, and then the green. So I'm going to go move up a size in tool. We were using this size. Now we're going to use this size. And we're going to again dot once, reload. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've already got the first dot, so we just need to do the 1, 2, 3, 4. Center dot, reload, and tap 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why can't I get both screens together here? So we're walking the dots. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. And we've got one more to do in this light kind of citron green. Look how beautiful those look. And let's look at okay, look at that. So now we'll do the dark teal. Okay, let's get the dark teal. So we're going to reverse the pattern. You can see we have the teal, the green, the blue. Now I did the blue, the green, and we're going to do the teal. This paint is behaving really nice. The teal just has this silky, beautiful texture. I'm hoping I don't have to reapply, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. How does that look? 1, 2. You're seeing this one. We just started this egg. It looks pretty fabulous. So let's get lots of paint and we'll do the same technique. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can see how that frames. These ones on this side don't have the little this is called walking the dots. And I'm using one of the round ball stylus. They really deliver the paint. It slowly drips off the tool. That's why I go a little slow. I'm allowing the paint to slowly deliver to the egg. So we have half of it done. This is called walking. Uh-oh, there's a chunk of something on there. Look at that. So we have almost the border on all of them except for these last two. Look how pretty that is. Okay, let's pull. I think we need the white as a little delicate border. Let's pull the white in. Needs a little paint medium. Okay, let's get it. So we're going to do just a little border. Little air bubble in there. I don't like that. Look at that little delicate border. So we're going to do a little dot. Add a little more there. Then we're going to do a dot just down from it. Reload, and then drag your tool down like a Nike swipe. Or swoosh. Here we do the reverse swoosh. Load the paint with lots, or the tool with lots of paint. So we're doing a little dot. It's getting a little slippery. Let me hang on to it a bit better. And now we're going to drag our tool and do a swoosh. I'm going to do a reverse swoosh on this side. Exact same thing, but reverse. And we're going to reload the tool and drag it slowly up in between the teal dots. Oh, am I touching that one? Be careful. So now we're going to reload the paint so we have enough, and we're going to drag it reverse swoosh. We're going to do a nice big fat dot. Reload. Another dot, and we're going to reload and drag it like a swoosh. And we're going to dot on the left, and we're going to swoosh it. and you drag your paint. We have one more to do in the white. I have to carefully not touch the end. Okay. So we're going to do a center dot, reapply, and then reapply so you have enough to drag it. Just pulling the paint. And we're going to do a reverse swoosh on this side. Look at that. Ooh-wee. Look at that egg. How does it look? Can you guys see it? Nobody can see it? When in doubt, don't do a dot. You could see I wanted to go in there. That's a no-no. As soon as you hesitate, that means you listen. Do not do the dot. Look at those delicate little border here. So I'm reversing walking the dot. I'm going to tap it once off to the side because the first dot's done and I want it to be the same size. Ooh. It's getting hard to hold. Let's do one tap off to the side. Let's do one tap off to the side to remove one dot. And the same over here because we have the dot in the center already. If I didn't do the tap down, it would be too big. Oh, that looks pretty. So you can see all my little taps are in there. Wow. Okay, so what time did I start? I started at 12:30, I think. So it took me 50 minutes. I think that one looks really good. So let's do some layering. This one here, look at this color. This one I did the other day. It's very, very soft. So it's dry, so let's do some layering up on this one. Let's pop this beauty off to the side so it dries. So I think I want to do another. Now that's green, not teal. But let's put that baby blue on the center here. So this one has how many dots on the center? One, only two with the ring, 3 coats with the base, but 2. This will be the third. So we paint, and I want it dead center. Ooh. That looks really pretty, brings the softness back in. I might help it flatten out because I want it to be nice and flat for the future dots. We'll be putting in, there's some air bubbles in here. You can see we want to pop those. So, oops. Let's pull the green back in here. We'll do some top dots here. Get my paint ready. We're going to add some of this glorious metallic iridescent green. So we want so this is the third layer of dots, just to add texture and design. And we're going to also add them to the lower. So these ones have white, baby blue, and now this beautiful iridescent emerald green. And we're going to go all the way around. You can see it just pulls all the colors together. And we're going to do one of these micro dots all the way around. I think we have 2 more. Where are we? 1, 2. So now we need to pull that blue back. This blue, let's get the bigger dot, is going to go, so it's blue, white, blue. Look at that. Is it focusing in? I don't know if it is or not, but I can see it. They're like little blue pearls, and they add the finishing touch. That one needs to be a little bit bigger. Where am I? Once you take your eyes off where you are, you can see you can get lost. And the last baby blue. I wonder if you'll see the white on, I kind of want a white dot on here. Oh yeah, you can see that. It totally brings some warmth. See that white? It just brings back the softness to this egg. That one looks a bit goofy. I'll redot that one. because this is a top dot, I'm reloading every time so I get a consistent and same amount of paint, because I want it to be the top dot. So it's going to have some texture. It's really going to showcase all the colors below it. Really looks good. Look at that egg. So I should have somebody coming to top dots. Look at this one. I have the iridescent. I should try and find that. I have to pay attention though. Someone's coming to the house. Oh, I love this egg. So with this one, what should we put on the white? How about, let's pull in the turquoise. So we're going to add a center dot here. Maybe it's a bit too big. What do you guys think? I think it took up too much space. But the dot doesn't look very perfect underneath it for some reason. So I think I'm going to remove this dot. I like the white. I want more of it to show. So let's get a smaller tool and redo that. So this one's smaller. It'll look better. Oh, it's not round now. What is going on here? Might be able to fix this. Could be a big air bubble underneath. You guys, thanks for watching.